Sean Diddy Combs. More specifically, the raids that have been conducted at homes linked to the rapper, producer, entertainment mogul. If you're new to this story, Homeland Security, they conducted these searches on these properties in Los Angeles and Miami. Reporting indicates that this is in connection to an ongoing investigation through the Southern District of New York. And the raids came amid several different civil lawsuits filed in recent months accusing the rapper and others of sex trafficking, sexual assault, rape, domestic violence. It goes on and on.
Like every time I walk past his house, and obviously the Playboy Mansion's right there, and we know about the tunnels that connect from the Playboy Mansion
to here.
I'm sure they connect here. Why wouldn't
there are places that connect? So what kind of energy? What kind of energy are you picking up?
Just like there's just like darkness. I mean, it's in general, like I've always had weird feelings on this street.
Yeah.
This type. Well, the Playboy Mansion's down there, so I always thought it was the Playboy Mansion. It wasn't until probably a year ago that I realized this was Diddy's house.
Diddy keeps making headlines, despite the various scandals accused against him, mostly involving sex, drugs, and manipulation. In the latest turn of events, the FBI discovered a network of tunnels underneath Diddy's house, raising many eyebrows. Not too many people are in the know about the activities that take place in Diddy's house, but these do.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Okay, and he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued for the herpes and won. But they did Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible I threw everything out. It's possible the hip-hop agenda is an agenda to move drugs all over the United States. You need to invoke the DEA. They move all the dope, on private jets, which don't get screened by customs, by the inside the United States. Okay, they move what's called high-grade powder MDMA. They move cocaine and they move liquid cocaine in their bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it. I seen the liquid cocaine, I drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good.
His champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke, nigga. Like, I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that. And then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all this shit.
I think it's, and that's a great question, John. I think it's because if you're not controlling your soul, I think someone has a more control on you. And they guide you to these things, and they make it so like, well, you're doing good now, but if you come to this party, I'm pretty sure you'll get that 3-picture deal. If you go in that room back there, I'm pretty sure you'll have what you'll leave here happy. So it's just like things that if you don't have a soul, basically they don't have souls, and they're doing anything to be a star. They're doing anything to be the person that they dreamed about doing, and they will do anything. At that point, God is not involved. So I think once you take God out of your life, ain't no telling what you.
Lil Rod, one of Diddy's male producers, recorded incriminating audios that are now being used against Diddy in court.
We've got one of his male producers who worked for him now accusing him with a full-blown lawsuit. Now, the guy in question, his name is Rodney Jones, or Lil Rod, as his producer name is. He's accused him of a lot of different things, including touching the anus. Just another day at the office for P. Diddy, that. So the first big thing you hear about is P. Diddy shooting a guy at a recording studio. Now, I couldn't believe this, because you think, like, the death row era was 30 fucking years ago. P. Diddy is in his mid-50s, and he's still, giving it the big un, as if he's some gangster, but apparently he is. Now, P. Diddy and his son and this other guy, G, leave the room, but they're like 2 feet away. You can still hear everything that's going on and being said, and a gunshot goes off. Now, Mr. Jones goes in the room, sees the guy on the floor bleeding out, and tries to help the guy, rings the ambulance, and tells people, right, we need to get some fucking help in here. Now, P. Diddy at that point says, look, I had nothing to do with this. If anyone asks, this was a drive-by shooting outside the studio. Keep my fucking name out of it. So Mr. Jones gets him in the ambulance, looks after him, tells the lies that he was supposed to tell, and, covers everything up for him. And the guy's even screenshotted a news story from the shooting just to prove, like, it happened where he said it happened, and the story, the official story, was as he said it was. But in truth, he actually took photographs of the crime scene itself and has kept them for just such a lawsuit, coincidentally, and has the evidence to corroborate everything he's saying, that the shooting did take place inside the studio, not on the street. And Mr. Jones actually still has the clothes that he was wearing that day, so that could also help with DNA evidence, etc., of the guy's blood on his clothes. And I think at this point, the way the lawsuit is written was when he really started being intimidated by P. Diddy. Like, he's just watched this guy blow another guy away almost. I think the guy survived as it happened, but he's obviously not afraid to kill someone. So I think we have to bear that in mind for the remainder of this lawsuit. It's like, when you watch someone do that, they're not right. You are going to be a little bit fucking intimidated, to say the least, if you're just some normal mute.
Comments surfaced from YouTube about the things found in Diddy's home.
Yeah, guys, just a quick video, guys. This is from the White House. Does that look like children being rescued? The video is very weak, but you can see that there's an adult and maybe some smaller sized individuals, like children. And this is possibly when it went dark. I don't know what's going on, guys. Children coming out of the White House.
Feds have announced that Diddy's tunnels have been found and are now being searched, and a strange Snapchat appeared on Snap Map around the time of this announcement. It's tagged at the location of the Playboy Mansion in Holmby Hills, Los Angeles, California. The snap appears to show the tunnels everybody thought existed, and now we have confirmation through the feds. It appears someone goes into an underground tunnel, and then they discover strange dolls hanging from the ceiling. Each of the dolls appears to have different names on them, written Bryce Shear, Justin, Usher, and Jade.
Now, there have been rumors that there's a bunch of secret tunnels underneath Diddy's Los Angeles mansion. I went to the floor plans from the real estate listing. You know that stuff is in county record, right? I saw that when it was built, there is a tunnel that goes through the pools of a grotto, but it's unclear where these tunnels actually lead. A lot of people online said there are secret tunnels. That's where people were funneled in, funneled out. But let me just say this, right? I don't know anything about that. That's been unconfirmed. But let me just say this. The FBI, from what they seized seem to believe that who was funneled in and out, baby, they came through the front door. Diddy was bold with his mess. Now, just to be clear, the FBI said that they seized, and I quote, right? They seized, they were looking for photos, emails, texts, itineraries, and hopefully names.
Cops didn't know that it was Diddy's house over there in Beverly Hills around the corner from the Playboy Mansion. They didn't know until they seen the kids.
So what are your thoughts on the show of force, even not knowing?
They did their job. He's a sex worker. He's got guns and he's got semen-coated fucking VHS tapes. I would have went in a hazmat suit.
So let me ask you this. When you first told us about your thoughts and you honeycombs is what you...
Yeah, the honeycomb.
How Diddy managed to keep this tunnel hidden for so long remains to be known. But here's more revelations.
Tunnels. So right here, the Playboy Mansion may have had secret tunnels connecting to the homes of some of the biggest stars in the 1970s. That the reason why P. Diddy actually got this particular house where he's in now, because of these tunnels that were already built and that are connected to P. Diddy's home, where is because of the possibility, because I don't know, or allegedly, whatever P. Diddy wanted to do, he can do freely without anybody knowing about. Because, all right, so Diddy purchased this massive house near the Playboy Mansion in an exclusive LA neighborhood. All right, there's another shot coming. All right, here we go. Pricey paid P. Diddy Homely Hills estate near the Playboy Mansion in exclusive LA neighborhood. Purchases a massive $40 million. So Jack Nicholson celebs had tunnels to Playboy Mansion under a golf course. Do my due diligence before I came on here saying something crazy. So they actually did find, so when the feds found these underground tunnels, it was actually a real thing. Because I wanted to...
Saying that P. Diddy allegedly used these tunnels for trafficking. The mansion was bought with the grotto and the underground swimming pool, the tunnel, if you know what I mean. Now, this right here is very shocking to a lot of people, but like I said, and I actually have the report that said that the mansion had, Diddy's 40 million Los Angeles house has grotto, underwater tunnels already in it when he bought it back in 2014, and the report reads this. The European style villa has a 35-seat theater, a gym, a wine room, and even has an underwater swimming tunnel.
Yes, there were shrines used for rituals. There's bloody places. There's parts where there's limbs. People cut off limbs and want you to have sex in it. There's blood. There's blood that I don't even know who it belongs to. There's a lot.
So hang on. So someone like the people that you've named are here at these shrines where there is human flesh, bones, human body parts, and they want people to participate in orgies in amongst all of this human blood. Is that a satanic ritual? Feces? Is this a satanic ritual that they are participating in?
Yes. Yes, there's people who want to, there's people who have sex with animals, dead animals. I was taken and told that I had to give a blowjob to Biden.
So Joe Biden was there at this shrine.
Something happened. I don't know what happened. I was down there for a while. There's certain people that you don't talk about because you just don't. There were certain people that I seen down there, from Beyonce, Jay-Z. You don't tell on P. Diddy, but P. Diddy.
So you said you don't tell on these people. Is that like a code that all victims adhere to? They don't talk about this stuff?
Yes, you don't, because nobody's gonna believe you. You're nothing to them. You don't count. You're just a toy. You're not essential, as they call them. You're expendable. And as a child in that situation, I wasn't the type of person that was fighting all the time, because I started to learn who I was. I started to learn my pimp. I started to learn what I was in. I started to learn that you don't fight. You watch what you say, you watch what you do. And at some point I stopped fighting people, and I started to accept the fact of what I was told, that I was special enough to be with this person. I was special enough to be in the eyes of a celebrity or somebody who's on the radio or on TV. And I accepted that.
There was Allie Carter, who went all out to spill the beans about all that was about these underground tunnels.
One of Diddy's girls has spoken out and revealed who she was trafficked to. She was sold into this world by her parents to a powerful man who owned a trafficking ring and didn't know what she was experiencing was wrong because it was all she ever knew. Apparently, she was moved around using underground tunnels throughout LA, including a tunnel that connected Diddy's mansion to Hugh Hefner's mansion nearby. She said she was passed around to all kinds of elite people, including Michelle Obama, who she says is actually a man. She was flown all around the world to wealthy people's islands, not just Epstein's, as there are countless Preto islands like Jay-Z's. The reason why she hasn't been able to report this is because the FBI and the local police department are in on it too. She appeared on the Dr. Phil show and revealed she is owned. The episode has since been scrubbed.
Are the tunnels in Diddy's home real? Let's take a trip back in time to when similar tunnels were discovered in the mansions, owned by other prominent figures.
But you may not believe what went on under it. Playboy magazine reports it has just discovered blueprints for a network of tunnels beneath the mansion that supposedly led to the homes of Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, James Caan,
Will you watch yourself, all right?
and Kirk Douglas. Now dig this, a photo from the late 70s allegedly showing an excavation in progress beneath the mansion. And this one shows the newly discovered tunnel plans. Check out the bunny logo on the plywood wall. Best of all, the blueprint. It says this tunnel leads to James Caan's house, this one to Jack Nicholson's, this one to Kirk Douglas's, and this one goes all the way to Warren Beatty's house.
Well, who's to say that the rumors about Diddy's underground tunnels ain't real? We all know Diddy has done some mind-blowing stuff with everything he's been involved in up till now. But these new developments, they're on a whole new level. So it remains to be seen where this story is headed. Will Diddy end up serving time, or will he come out and say, guys, those findings are false, I'm a clean guy, as he has done after every accusation in the past? Only time will tell.